Hi, I'm Laura. Thank you for stopping and watching our channel.
I'm Matt.
And we're going to do a review of Norwegian Cruise Lines Gem that went out of Jacksonville. So this was our first time with Norwegian Cruise Line and our first time on the Gem, obviously. So we just wanted to give a few little hints, tips, maybe what to expect.
Also our first time out of Jacksonville.
Yes. What did you think about the port?
The port was very convenient, a much shorter drive for us than Canaveral or Tampa would have been, so that was nice.
Yeah, because we normally drive to the port from North Carolina, and we enjoyed when Carnival had their port in Charleston. That was a great close to home port. So we were hoping that Jackson's port would be a great new alternative for us. So what do you say? Thumbs up or thumbs down, babe?
I'm gonna go thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
This Norwegian has only been in Jacksonville for a month or so.
Yeah, maybe a month, yeah.
So maybe they're still figuring it out a little bit. But I think they'll be fine. It's once they get used to being in that port, all of the employees and staff gets more prepared for the system or the line system that they have there. It should be just fine. It was nice. Everyone was friendly. So
yeah, and the terminal was easy to drive into when you go through the gate. That's how you can pay, or you can pay before you go, pay for parking. And then there's a little golf cart that will ride around and pick you up and your luggage and take you to the terminal entrance, which we walked to. We were early enough. We didn't have to park too far out. And if you have handicap parking, you got to park close, right?
very close, yeah.
Yeah,
If
very
you have
close.
handicap parking, it's very close.
Right. So yes, easy breezy. And we will definitely be doing it again. As of this filming date, Carnival and Norwegian are the only two that are going out of Jacksonville right now. So just a real quick review, because we have, or just something quick to say, we have gone on several cruise lines. I think we've gone on all the main ones, right?
I think so. I can't think of one that we had.
All the like contemporary, cruise lines, family cruise lines. So I think what we missed, or what I missed, was I missed not having towel animals. But I did find out that if you request them, they will make them for you. And I missed having a soda drink station. You can go to the nearest bar and get a drink, which, I mean, there was one around every corner, but not all the bars are staffed all the time.
Right. They rotate bar staff. So if you go to a bar, let's say you go to the aft bar at 2 o'clock, it may not be open. Or if you go to the martini bar at 1 o'clock, it may not be open. But then you go to the aft bar when the martini bar is open, and one's open and one's not. That was one thing that was a little bit of a drawback for me.
Right. And if you have kids or you're a kid at heart, on this ship, the Gem, there is no water slide. They do have a family pool and hot tubs on the family side that kids are allowed to go into. Then on the other side of like the bandstand where they play the music from is the adult pool area and adult hot tubs. We did not ever have a problem finding a spot in the hot tub. We enjoyed the pool. We found chairs on that side of the pool. And then I'll let you talk about the casino for a minute.
The casino on this ship was small, even by the standards of other ships this size. I like roulette. There was only one roulette table, and it was a $5 table. So there was never an open seat. It took, I want to say 25 minutes of waiting just to get a seat before I could even play.
Right.
There are a lot of slot machines, but if that's your thing, then you're all set. But if table games is your thing, you might wait a while for your turn to play.
And then one other thing that to me was noticeably different, that could be a pro or a con, we're used to having a set time dining in the main dining room, or being able to log into an app and say, hey, I want to come eat. There's going to be 3 or 4 of us. Let me know when the table's ready. The fun ships do that, and then they text you and say, hey, you have 15 minutes to get here. So there are pros and cons to that. We never had to wait, but we heard on on Thanksgiving, I think everybody waited until later to go eat. So there was like an hour long wait in line for that. So, but other than that, we had no problems with the main dining room. We enjoyed the food.
The food was good.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't like up here, but it wasn't down there either. So, what did you enjoy about the gym?
I think the highlight for me was the vibe. It's very relaxed. You know, even in the dining room at dinner, you know, you can dress up however much you wanted to dress up. But if you wanted to go in, you know, golf shorts and a shirt with a collar, you know, that would be fine too. But all around the ship, it seemed like the staff kind of had a low key approach to things. Some cruise lines, while it's great that they're trying to offer a higher level of service, but on some cruise lines, it seems to me like they're all over you all the time. Here, you can get anything you want. Everything we asked for, we were able to get. But just the vibe in general, you know, there were people there to take care of whatever you wanted, but they weren't on you asking you all the things all the time.
Right. And I enjoyed the great outdoors, which on the gym is on the aft of the ship. And
thumbs up for the great
yeah, it was great.
It was
great ambiance, partially covered so you could sit in the sun or the shade. We were out there for breakfast. We went out there for like after dinner time to hang out. So I think a tip I would tell people is when you board the ship and you want to go eat, go to the buffet and then just walk all the way to the after the ship, and then you'll be in the great outdoors. Walk outside and sit down. Great staff back there. They cleaned constantly. So that was something that I did enjoy. And also they had lots of ice cream options. They had a soft serve machine in the great outdoors area.
I only had ice cream once.
He's diabetic. And so then they did have like scoop ice cream in the actual buffet area, and the flavors did rotate some. So they had like dulce leche and was another one, mango sherbet, and then of course strawberry, vanilla, and chocolate. But they did rotate some of the flavors out. And please know that point of view that we're telling you is just totally subjective. You know, what we thought was okay with food, you guys may think it was great, or you may think it was terrible. Same thing like with our room. We had no trouble with our bed. Like, it was fine, right?
Mm-hmm.
You slept
good?
good?
I was comfortable.
Yeah, so to me, those kind of things are subjective. We're just going to try to tell you guys some things that either stood out to us or needed attention. So we already mentioned the food. Go ahead.
The coffee lady, the great outdoors.
Oh, yeah.
In the morning, there's a lady that goes around and she has an assistant with her and they fill your coffee cup. She's awesome.
And they sing coffee, coffee. Anyway, another cruise line has washi. So here on Norwegian's Gem, they have the coffee crew. We loved our specialty dining food. You want to tell them about that?
Specialty dining was, if in a grading system, in my opinion, the specialty dining on this ship would get the highest grade probably of anything else on the ship. We did teppanyaki, which was the Japanese steakhouse, the Japanese they cook it in front of you.
Japanese grill.
Hibachi. That's the word I'm looking for.
Count hibachi, yeah.
Okay, but teppanyaki was fantastic. The staff was fun, and it was a show, dinner and a show.
Right.
The food was fantastic, cooked exactly like we asked for. The interaction with the guests from the staff was fantastic. They kept our drinks and stuff filled and came around and took care of those things. And the Brazilian steakhouse we had on Friday night. Friday night we went to the Brazilian steakhouse. Fantastic. Highly recommended. Worth every penny. I think it was $60 per person.
I think so.
Yeah. Worth every penny. And I am the cheapest tightwad that you know. But the Brazilian steakhouse, fantastic. The service and the food were both outstanding.
Yes, I would agree. And I'm not a huge meat eater. I mean, I think he's more like a carnivore, and I'm over here eating like the rabbit food. But at the Brazilian steakhouse. The salad bar was great. They had soup out there, and you got that first, and lots of different kinds of olives to try, and almost some Mediterranean style slaws and marinated foods to try, veggies to try. And then we also liked O'Sheehan's.
O'Sheehan's was good.
O'Sheehan's,
It's
yeah.
very good. It's open 24/7, so you can go anytime, and they have pub food.
Yeah.
They have fish and chips,
Wings.
wings. Their wings were really good. They had I had the Wrangler burger. It was good. It wasn't the best I've ever had, but it was still really good. They're open all the time, and the service there is really good as well. So you can go take a break, grab a bite, and if you want just a snack, they have some pretty good appetizers. So
Right.
that was really good.
And nothing bad to say about the main dining room. There are two on here. There's one called Magenta, and one is the one that we went to all the time.
That's Magenta, and the other one. That's
We
what
went
I've
to the
always
other
called
one.
them.
And it was great.
Grand Pacific. I'm
Grand
sorry.
something. Yeah. Anyway, so as an example, like he ordered New York strip one night and French fries came with it, but he didn't have an option to order anything else. Like if he'd have wanted, I don't know, some sauteed asparagus or grilled asparagus, or I don't know, just something like that could have elevated that dish a little bit for him instead of just fries and steak.
I'm sure had I asked for mashed potatoes or broccoli or whatever,
True, yeah.
they would have gladly brought it. And that's goes along with the vibe on the ship. But, not asking for anything other than just the New York strip as my entree, it came with French fries. And I would have rather, but again, that's my opinion. You may love French fries. I don't know.
And to me, there wasn't one dessert that stood out. There was a cheesecake in Oceans that I really liked. And I think I had that twice, other than the ice cream around the ship. So what about you as a diabetic?
For desserts, I'm diabetic. So I loosen up a little bit on a cruise ship, but I only have one sweet thing a day. So if I have something sweet at lunchtime, then I don't have a dessert with my dinner, and vice versa. But I usually save it for dinner. So of my one thing per day, I think my favorite thing that I had was O'Sheehan's, and it was the carrot cake.
Okay, yeah. And I think something that we experienced in all of the dining venues that we tried, they're not very quick to bring your card back, like your room key card. And so one time they didn't give him his back at all. So we had to go to guest services and get another one made. So make sure you ask for your card back, because they do seem like they are very busy. And I don't know if they're, that overworked. Like I know at dinner last night in the main dining room, our waiter came up to us and he said, I just wanted to let you know I have to leave to go work at Oceans, and so is going to come finish out your meal. So I don't know if they're just stretched super thin on this ship, or maybe it's, because it's a new itinerary, things are still, being worked out. The dust is still settling, so to speak.
We have noticed that industry-wide as well, though.
Yeah.
Where it seems like wait staff and bar staff are the places where the cruise lines, as a whole, are cutting back as far as payroll.
Yeah, for sure. And Matt's, he has a few tips for the Norwegian Gem. Where did you say they should go eat lunch daily, or go in there daily to have a snack?
I would say Oceans.
Yeah.
Either that or get something at the buffet and take it out to the great outdoors. And by take it out to the great outdoors, I'm talking 20 steps. It's just you go to the end of the buffet and it's 20 steps beyond the end of the buffet.
Right.
So I would definitely do one or the other every day.
And if they're going to dine in the main dining room, what about timing?
Main dining room. We always try to dine at odd times if we don't have a reservation. Mm-hmm. So last night we went a little bit late, 7:15, 7:30. Went straight in and sat down. Usually when we went into Oceans, it was 1:30, 2 o'clock, so it was after a lunch rush. So that's what I would do. Just be mindful of avoiding peak time. Miss Laura here is an early bird, so she drags me out of bed to go to breakfast early,
Right.
so that we don't get in a big crowd at breakfast time, which I'm thankful for after I'm
After
awake
the
and I've
fact.
had coffee.
After you've seen the Coffee crew.
That's right.
And also, he likes to smoke a cigar. And on this ship, they do have a cigar club, cigar lounge. And we did find that it's easier to purchase cigars if you don't bring them. Purchase cigars from the gift shop where the purses are, other than trying to flag someone down to sell you cigars from the cigar lounge. You can purchase from the lounge, but you have to wait until the bar next door to it is open. So that kind of had its perks. And
That did seem a little backwards to me.
Minuses,
It did get in my way. I purchased the cigars I plan on smoking the first day. That way I had them in the cabin and I just grabbed it and went. But the most expensive cigars and the nicest cigars are in the lounge. But it seems like it's harder to buy them there than to get the less expensive cigars that they have in the purse shop in the atrium area.
yeah.
So, yeah, or bring your own. That would be ideal. I didn't. I should have. I packed my travel case and didn't put it in my suitcase. So that was my fault.
It's okay. He was able to buy a lighter here on the ship, and it is really pretty. It's an electric lighter, and it has Gem on it, the name of the ship, and these real pretty little gems, like little diamonds and gemstones on it, etched on it. And you could smoke above the pool. There was outdoor smoking there for cigarettes and cigars. And then,
That was a very nice area as well.
and there was a bar there.
There was a bar there, and they had sports going. They had 2 TVs, and they had sports going all the time. That was a really nice, relaxing area. I spent, hour and a half there yesterday afternoon.
Yeah, probably.
Just kind of watching the sun go down and watching sports and having a cigar, and it was really nice.
And I think my tips would be, don't overpack for this cruise. Don't stress about your wardrobe is the main point. I saw people at dinner in like nicer long shorts. I saw people in, denim. I saw them all the way up into like, a formal cocktail outfit. It's up to you. I think get out of your mind for this cruise, the OG traditional style of cruise wear. Definitely have fun. Pack what you want to, but I'm just saying, don't stress where you think you have to have everything perfect and go out and buy a whole new wardrobe. And then I would also go early to the shows in the evening. The first night is a big show. They only do it one time on the first night. So if you need to arrange your dinner time around that, make sure you do that so you don't miss it. We didn't know that, and so we missed it, and we heard about it the rest of the cruise. There is a Blazing Boot show that was phenomenal. Those people sing and dance their rear ends off. So I would go early for the shows, like maybe 15 minutes before the doors or show is supposed to start, and then wait for the door to open so you can go in and get a seat. And if you get some magnetic hooks from Amazon, get the really sturdy ones, and because all the walls in here are metal. So like I've got my hats hanging from one, I've got my bathing suit hanging from another, and then we keep our, I don't have my lanyard on now, but we keep our lanyard with the key cards on them hanging by the door. It's just a nice extra spot, and you can kind of spread things out and don't have your clothes and other items just piling up on top of each other and all over the place. I think that was all for my big tips. And I think we discovered one thing we wouldn't do again on this ship, but I think it's because we are experienced in this area and we've been to several of them. So if you want to talk about that for a minute, what we did today.
We're fortunate we live in an area where we have some really good vineyards and very nice wine venues. And it seemed to me like, and again, everything is subjective, and the next person might think completely different. It seemed like all of the wines in the wine tasting that we paid $25 a piece for, to me, were grocery store wines.
They were just so-so.
They were okay. They weren't awful, but none of them really stood out. And I'm not a sommelier by any stretch of the imagination, but none of them stood out to us. If we had done the same wine tasting at one of our favorite, Silver Fork Vineyard, which is one of our favorites, we would have been a little disappointed, honestly, if we had done it there. Would you agree?
I would agree. Yeah.
So, that's something, if you're new with wine, it's very informative.
That is true. I do think that is
very informative.
Plus, yeah.
But if you have any experience at all in wine tasting, it may not be for you.
Right. So you may be better on this account if wine tasting is not new to you. Go to the bar when it's open and try some of those wines. Try what was it, a Prosecco that is made just for Norwegian Cruise Line. So maybe try some of those that they recommend and just have a glass. That way you can try it if you already know about color and how to smell it and all that kind of stuff. So if you really know nothing about wine tasting, then that would be for you and be a good way to spend your time learning about wine that way. But if you've already been to wine tastings and you're an experienced, like Matt said, not a sommelier, but you're experienced in wine, just go enjoy some wine around the ship so you're not sitting in a dining room on your last day at sea,
Right. And if you have the drink package, or if you have free at sea, they just changed it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
If you have your free at sea package, you can have at any of the bars. You can have any of the wines that are in the wine tasting. So, that's something. I would like to add one other thing. The service in the watch store. I love my watches. Everybody knows this. The service was really good. They were friendly. We looked at everything from Tissot to Longines to Rada. We looked all across the brands, and they were very patient and very nice and very helpful.
And very knowledgeable, I thought.
Yes, they were.
They did know a lot about them. At this price point, we really believe this is a great cruise. Agreed? It's not overwhelming and it's not underwhelming. So go in, not saying have low expectations, have no expectations. I think this would be a very good laid-back cruise for a first-timer to come on, don't you think?
Absolutely.
Like you said, the vibe is very low, very chill. If you want to go have fun at night, you can. In the lounges, they have different themes. Like tonight is an ABBA theme. Last night was 80s theme. Then one night there was a country theme. So you're going to go and have fun and dance, I would say, after 9 and 10 o'clock at night.
They have a nightlife, but it starts after 9:30, so we missed it.
Now, we did stay up late a few nights, but yeah. And sometimes we go and have fun and dress up in the 80s and all that. But this was definitely just a chill week for us over Thanksgiving. So I think that this would be a cruise for anyone.
Along what she said, it really is, and from everything from dress code to activities, it really is you do you.
Yes.
If you want to dress up for supper, no one's going to look twice at you.
No.
If you want to wear golf shorts and a golf shirt to dinner, again, no one's going to look twice at you.
Right.
That's probably what I would take away from this cruise ship. The cruise line may be different with the bigger ships that they have and all that.
Yeah.
But this particular ship and this sailing, that would be my biggest takeaway is just come, again, it just fly by the seat of your pants and just decide what you're going to do, when you're going to do it. There's not, other than specialty dining, you have to make reservations for specialty dining. Other than that, there's really nothing that you have to plan ahead of time a lot for.
Right. And they had activities in like they have like a card room and a library room. They had painting in there, I think, twice in the mornings. I'm not even sure that you had to sign up for it. You just had to show up and there was a small fee. Today they painted this beautiful palm tree with a sunrise or sunset behind it. They have different events like that across the ship. They do have programs here for the kids. I think we heard there were, how many? 500 kids on board?
We're here Thanksgiving week, but there were a lot of kids on board. But other sailings of this same ship, they're
may not
50
be as
kids.
many.
So, it ranges greatly.
And that kind of steps into the passengers on the ship, the demographics that we saw. And I know it is Thanksgiving, but we saw lots of multi-gen families having a great time with their grandparents, aunts and uncles and cousins, just having a ball. And we saw lots of millennials, like younger couples, young adults traveling together. And then we saw empty nesters as well. Several people we met.
Those by far were the three biggest groups that we saw. We spent a lot of time in the hot tub talking to a young couple that's from Jacksonville, and we thoroughly enjoyed talking to them. And they kind of told us a lot about Jacksonville that we didn't even know.
Right, some places to
there
go.
Were a lot of, let's say, 28 to 35 or 40. Golly, am I really talking about 40 as young people?
You are.
Oh,
So anyway, I say that this cruise would fit anyone. Just remove all your expectations of what you have for a cruise. Don't feel like you have to come on here and do everything and see everything and find everything to the point that you exhaust yourself, because that is not the expectation for this ship. I think you get on the ship and you relax and you pick and choose what you want to do. You never have to fight for a pool chair, a sun deck chair. I saw several open today when we were walking around when it was sunny. And kudos to our captain, because our Great Stirrup Cove Private Island Day was supposed to be today. And he and his crew looked at the weather and moved it to our first day. So our first day was supposed to be at sea after we boarded. And so he flip-flopped the days, so we were able to go out. People could have fun. They could still do, all the things they plan to do on the private island. Zip line from the lighthouse, swim with the pigs, all that stuff. They still got to do all of that. Today we're at sea, and if you could see out the window right now, we're now like fogged in. So I am so thankful that he switched the itinerary. So go with the flow. If the itinerary changes, it's okay. You know what? You're on vacation. So just come in with zero expectations and have fun. So overall, this was a great cruise for us. We said the Gem is a gem. She's a lovely little ship.
Oh, yeah.
Lots to do. We'll have some videos to go with that. Matt actually did something today. What did you do today?
What did I do today?
He went and checked out a golf club and golf balls.
Oh, yeah, they have a golf net.
Yeah.
For that. That'll be probably in a video that Laura posts later. But they have a golf net. If I could add one more thing about Freeport.
Sure.
If you're on this sailing and you want to plan a shore excursion, either through your travel advisor or through the cruise line, I think Freeport would be the port to do that in on this particular sailing. It seemed to me like there was a lot of cultural things as well as a lot of adventure things, and there are also beaches that you could take an excursion to. So if you're on this particular sailing, which is the Nassau, Freeport, and Private Island sailing, Freeport would definitely be the port that I would choose to do my shore excursion in.
Right. And so if you have any other questions, please drop it in the comments. I know this is long. This is one of the longest videos we've ever done. And we hope you enjoyed it. If you found it helpful and want to know more, be sure and like this video, follow us. It doesn't cost anything to hit the follow button. And we're going to try to do better about putting videos on YouTube. It just takes time, as y'all know, and learning how to do it. But we've enjoyed it.
I think this is the first time I've been on one of our videos. I'm Matt, by the way.
I think you said that earlier, but yeah. So if you need help booking a cruise, you can click the link here in this video or just below in the comments. Go to bookyourview.com and look for us. We're Dream Vacations, Laura and Matt McFadden, and we can help you book your next dream cruise or land trip. But yes, absolutely, hands down, would recommend this cute little cruise and ship to anyone.
Absolutely.
For any time, for any reason. But yes, so that's our review of the Gem. So I'm going to give it a thumbs up.
I'm going thumbs up too.
Thumbs up.
It was a great cruise.
All right. Thanks for watching, guys. And we'll see you next time.